Our own Joe Scarborough apparently spending his vacation writing. He's got a new piece in this morning's Washington Post titled "A Storm is Gathering." In it, he writes, "A storm is gathering, and there's every reason to believe that 2018 will be the most consequential political year of our lives. The reckoning upon us follows a year mercifully drawing to a close this weekend. Over that horrid year, President Trump has questioned legitimacy of federal judges, used Stalinist barbs to attack the free press, and cast contempt on the rule of law, while his campaign manager, his national security advisor, and a foreign policy aide have been marched into federal courts. Those anti-democratic instincts were made all the more ominous by his praising of autocrats across the world as they were ruthlessly consolidating power. The storm is gathering, and how we respond in the months ahead may determine our fate for years to come." Joe goes on, "While Trump's eroding of U.S. prestige across the globe is disturbing, it is his administration's undermining of democratic values that poses an even greater threat to our Constitution and country." Borrowing again from Churchill, America's constitutional norms tremble in the balance as Trump unleashes furious attacks on the First Amendment protections, independent counsels, and law enforcement officers who refuse to be bullied. While the framers of the Constitution foresaw the possibility of a tyrannical president, they never let their imaginations be darkened by the possibility of a compliant Congress. So, Kristen Soltis Anderson, let's go to you on this first. How dire is the situation? You agree with Joe here?
I think the situation is fragile. That's perhaps how I'd best frame it. Take a look at, let's talk about what's happening in Alabama very briefly. You have Roy Moore, who's lost the Senate election, and he's now claiming that the election is invalid. He lost, and it's wrong. There was fraud. This is what I think we were at risk of facing at a national level had Donald Trump lost the presidential in 2016. That there's the sense, oh, there was voter fraud. You know, I actually won by X number of million votes. You know, you still hear that. There are times when it sounds like he forgets that he won the presidential election. I worry that in 2018, when if Republicans face large losses, and at this point, a lot of the polling suggests it's not going to look good for them, that if President Trump looks like he is potentially at risk of having a Democratic Congress that may begin to want to pursue impeachment proceedings, do you really then begin to see this questioning of the validity of elections, period? That's the sort of, I don't think that it's likely, but if I'm thinking of a potentially really scary situation, I look at things like what's happening with Roy Moore in Alabama, wondering, is there a chance that that sort of worldview gets brought national by a president who is liable to, he likes blaming other people for things and likes claiming, look, I'm a bigger winner than you ever could possibly have realized.
And Doug Jones was certified the winner yesterday, despite Roy Moore's protests. Eddie, I'm thinking as I read Joe's column of the recent, not just from the president, but from members of Congress as well, attacks on the FBI.
Yeah.
The leadership of the FBI primarily, but they say the FBI is tainted. The president said it's in tatters. What's the long-term impact? If you go 4 or 8 years of this kind of assault on the institutions, respected institutions, what happens?
Yeah, you know, I read Joe's piece really closely, and I think the storm really is reflective. It reflects a damage to the ecosystem of our democracy. And our democracy isn't just simply about elections, right? And when we talk about an ecosystem, we're talking about all those things that make it possible. So we're talking about hyperpartisanship, the way in which the citizenry has been divided, a lack of trust, a lack of good faith in the context of our debates. We talk about the kind of compromise, the collapse of institutional life. Right. What's happened to Congress vis-a-vis gerrymandering? What's happened with regards to the regular order in the Senate? So what's happened to democratic institutions, right? And then we look at the way in which the imperial presidency has just simply upended checks and balances. The imperial presidency presupposed that the person who would actually exercise executive power would be decent and beholden to democratic norms. So the question for us, the storm is actually reflective of something else. It's like climate change, right? Although President Trump got it wrong. It's not just simply about bad weather, right? It's about these systemic shifts that affect how the planet, is warming, right? How the planet functions. So we are seeing the same things with our democracy. And so I'm wondering what 2018 will be. What will it look like in terms of everyday, ordinary people understanding how fragile this moment is, how fragile American democracy actually is.
We're about to find out as we turn the corner to 2018. Still ahead this morning, a look at the biggest stories of the year as decided by nearly 3 billion tweets. Morning Joe is back in a moment.
Thanks for checking out MSNBC on YouTube, and make sure you subscribe to stay up to date on the day's biggest stories. And you can click on any of the videos around us to watch more from Morning Joe and MSNBC. Thanks so much for watching.